Well, that's how we're starting out this morning. On a good note, truck's running fine. Had a little bit of TLC yesterday with some diesel 911, and then we put the regular anti-gel in last night. Plugged it in, and she fired right up this morning. So, gonna top the tank off here. Try to keep these as full as possible for today, because it's gonna be the coldest day probably of the year today. So, we're bundled up. We're gonna move some snow equipment back home for a guy, and then help our truck bed customer get a couple things delivered. And should be pretty much a local day, but it's gonna be a cold one. All right, we made it to pickup. It's a big, like, industrial complex. I'm pretty sure I saw from the road, it should be sitting behind this wall here, if I'm correct. Ah, there she is. All right, we're gonna pull up over here and park like this. So these places won't be open for a couple hours. So I'm gonna have to let this thing warm up. I'll probably let it warm up for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or so. So it's super cold. I wanna get the hydraulics warmed up, get everything warmed up and moving, try to prevent any failures this morning. Well, I'll give you one guess. Old diesel equipment and wind blowing. I think it's like 4 below. And guess what? It won't start. So I'm just warming up. I'm probably just gonna leave it. I text the guy. Said it won't start. Like, I don't know. I don't want to like kill the battery or anything, but probably tomorrow or Friday would be a good time to come down and get it. Or probably even Saturday, because low on Saturday is going to be 27, the high is going to be 36. So I texted him, told him. So I'm just gonna warm up here for a sec and then go lock it back up, and I guess take the key with me. He lives down the road from me, so if he was gonna come down or whatever, he's got a gooseneck and a truck and everything. He's got other things to do, and I don't know if his gooseneck is accessible in the snow or what at the farm. I'm sure he can get it out. He's got a Cummins, and then he's got a semi truck with an equipment trailer too that he could come get it with if he was gonna come get it. But oh well, it is what it is. I tried. So it's kind of a buddy deal anyway, so it's not like I'm not missing out on mine. I was gonna trade it for some hay for the horses, so it grows a bunch of hay. So it's where we get our stuff anyways for our regular round bales. That's who we get it from. So oh well, I'm gonna just warm up here, lock it up, and then on to the next job. I might be a little early for. Probably. I'm just gonna head up there because let's see how far away I am from my next pickup. I'm an hour and 9 minutes. And so that's gonna give me like an extra hour. Not really worth going by the house, because I kind of pass the house if I want to. No, maybe I'll just go so I can get done early today, because all I gotta do, excuse me, it's early morning. All I gotta do after this is go move a truck bed to a repair shop an hour away. So he'll be there at 9 at his shop usually when he gets there. So 9. It's only like 45 minutes from there. So just say 10. He'll be home before lunchtime today, which I had planned on because I got aluminum truck beds to move, but they don't like moving them when there's salt on the road. Where everything's so frozen, there's really no salt on the road as far as like the roads aren't wet. So I'm gonna pick those up tomorrow and deliver Friday morning in New York. Even if I pick them up tomorrow afternoon once it warms up a little bit, I deliver them in New York Friday morning. It's one of those distances, like for what I do, that is too far for, well, it's not too far for a one-day trip. It's just an extremely long day. And, you know, something could happen. You could have some holdups or some weather or something, and then you're stuck. And I don't want to be stuck on a Friday. I'd rather get up there Thursday night and then wake up probably at their gate Friday morning because they open at 7. Get one piece off, another hop, another hour down the road, get that second piece off, and then jet home. So, well, I'm going to back up closer to this thing, and then I'm going to lock it up. I might give it one more shot, but I came here so early because I knew that there would be no cars here. Because with cars here, with like employees in here parked, it'd be a little tight to get around. So, back down closer to this machine, and I just kind of had myself set up to load it up, but I don't think that's going to happen. No, it is what it is. Sucks. I asked him, but he hasn't owned this machine long enough. I asked him, said, well, she's starting to cold? He goes, should. I haven't owned it long enough to know. So, the answer on that is no. She will not start to cold. Which, I'm sure with maybe some ether or something, but I'm not spraying ether into someone's machine. Especially a friend's machine. Maybe some auction junk or something I would, but not this. So let me get this thing closed up and we'll get moving down the road. I just stopped at Lowe's here. Picked up a 50-pound bag of ice melt. Threw it all over the trailer. This is where I had the bag sitting. It's working. Try to get this. I mean, it's brutally cold out. I can't get through that with a shovel. I'm most of the snow off of it, but I got about half hour or so to burn till I pick up. So I'm just gonna let this sit on there for like a half hour before I start driving. Some of that ice melted off because I need this trailer the rest of the week, and you can see where the bulk of the stuff was sitting, how it melts right through this. So I'm hoping sit here for a half hour, melt most of this off, and then drive down the road. Some of the stuff will fly off. You can hear it. You can hear the wood cracking from where it's melting it off. Well, good morning. It is it says 0 degrees right now. And I'm about, let's see, I am 40 minutes early. In their defense, I told them I'd be here this afternoon, but I decided to come this morning and they were gone. The office was gone. I guess the guys here work like 7 to 4, and then the office is 8 to 5. So the guy in the office, he didn't know I was going to be here this morning, so he didn't have the paperwork ready. So I can't get loaded yet. Even though I told the guy that in the shop that usually loads me, I was like, hey, we can wait till 8. I was just trying to get a game plan. So I got 3 stops. I wanted to get a game plan on what I had and where I wanted to put on the trailer. Kind of get some dunnage. Like, they supply 4x4s. They're probably 5-6 foot long. I've always got like rough cut 4x4s over here that they use to ship on because of the way their rails are. on their beds. So which is nice that they supply all that, because they don't ask for them back. Oh, I need a haircut. Gosh. They don't ask for them back. They usually just, if the customer wants them to set on in their yard, I just leave them with them. If not, I bring them home. I use them for other things. I usually use them for stuff around the house if I need to, or whatever. They end up getting cut up and used as firewood. Or if I remember, I just bring them back with me. But I acquire so many that it's tough to bring them all back. Anyways, I was gonna set all those out and get kind of prepared and get set up and have a game plan, have straps laid out, which I'm still gonna do here, but I got time. I'm just sitting in the truck. So that's at kind of a halt. I'm in a bit of a time crunch this morning because I have to leave here, run home. I'll stay home for a couple hours while my wife has some things to do. And then I will take off this afternoon for New York. Got three drops in New York, like Albany area. They're only an hour and 40 apart from each other, all three of them total. And one opens at 7 tomorrow, so I'm gonna start there, drop at 7, head to the next one. They open at 8. By the time I'm dropped there to the next one, it'll be 8. Leave there, get to the next one, probably be 9:30, head home. So it's not like New York City. I won't even consider it really upstate New York, but the nice part of New York I don't mind going to. And the nice part is I had this run priced, kind of pricey, so I'm gonna have to deadhead home. I priced them like that. And that was for 2 stops, and then they added a third. It was only an extra 9 foot, which is 1 truck bed. So I'm getting extra money. So I'm not complaining at all. I'm getting like an extra $2 a mile going up. So that's nice. And I just send them an invoice and they'll have me a check probably by into next week, maybe middle of next week. So that helps. I haven't been doing as much here because I we kind of had our differences on timelines and stuff, and they use a broker, which I'm gonna sit down and have these are hard to ship because doing LTL with them, they get a lot, they get damaged. They're hard to strap. Some of the bodies are hard to strap. There's stuff that goes with them. So there's a lot in it, and they use a broker, which is okay. I don't care, whatever. Because I went to grab my paperwork in there. My paperwork, there's a pile of it that they have like outgoing stuff. So I would usually go in, see what I'm getting, get a game plan, and there's a paperwork in there for a run I quoted for PA in Ohio, and it's got the broker's name on it. So I guess my bid was too high on it. It gets frustrating to some capacity. I mean, that would have been a good run, but I get it. At the end of the day, it's not really. It's on what their customer wants to pay. Their customer's like, oh, that's too much. Let's get other options, and that broker comes in a little cheaper, whatever. Which I don't know how somebody hauls it with a middleman in there, with the broker getting it cut. That's not my business. That's theirs. That's the other carriers, but whatever. But I didn't think my bid on that other one was too bad, because the load that I would consider to be somewhat of a problem in the bid, like the one stop was only $400 because it's like 100 miles, 120 miles, and it's 1 truck bed. But the other was like 27 foot of deck going to Ohio. It's like I was probably $3 and some odd change, $3.50 maybe at most a mile on that 27 foot. But the thing is, someone's going to come in here and do it for $2 a mile. And by the time they get here, strap, get there and unload, it's like, what kind of money did you make that day? Like, nothing. So, I'm going to sit here and wait. I might just, I might just lean back and take a little 30-minute nap, but I should probably just sit here on my phone and make sure I've got some paperwork in line for the rest of this week and next week. I'm headed down to Florida next week headed down with a car, snowbird of mine. She was in an accident a couple weeks ago. I think I may have mentioned that in a video. She was in an accident, totaled her car, or somebody hit her, totaled her car. She had surgery. She had a broken wrist and ankle or foot or something was messed up, so she got pretty banged up. But she's got a weird time frame. I have to leave on Sunday and deliver on Monday because her son has to travel with her because she can't carry anything bags wise. So her son's gonna travel with her, but he's got to be back on Tuesday to go to work on Wednesday. So would have liked to just leave Monday, but she wanted her son to be there to help her unload her car or stuff like that. Well, she probably could have just paid me a little extra and I would have done it. You know, carried her stuff in for her, but I get it. She don't really know me like that, but I'd always offer that to, you know, one of my customers that's got something going on or a little older in age. I always try to help people out. These people are so loyal to me as far as coming back and forth to Florida. Even if they didn't pay me extra, I'd still help. Who am I kidding? So, take a little break here, and I know I've been talking for a while, but they've got some work lined up out here. I mean, it's looking better than it did the last time I was here. So I know they have employment problems here, just getting people to work and good work and to stay here, just like any manufacturing place or anything. So I'm hoping that office guy comes in maybe 15 minutes earlier or stuff and get my stuff printed. So right at 8, we're loading and I'm strapping and I'm getting out of here. So talk to you guys then. Woo! It is a chilly morning today. Oh man. He's got to go to the other side of the building. I'm going to go inside and warm up. Oh, we got loaded. It's cold. Had to buy a couple new straps because the ratchets are so messed up from salt and cold. WD-40 wouldn't even really work on them, so couple of skids, couple of beds, just clean up our tools, our WD-40, and we'll get out of here. Oh, good morning. We made it to our first drop. I was a little worried about this road being a stone dirt road, but I got it plowed pretty good. And trying to keep my right tires over here out of the ice. At least get up this hill, and then getting into the customer's driveway because the shop is at their house. Hope I can get up the hill, but we'll see. I'm just kind of mentally preparing myself for this delivery because every time I come up here, one individual up here is never really pleasant, so I don't have the patience for that. I get, and it's every time, that's the thing. Well, we didn't know this was coming. It's like, well, you have hours that you say deliveries can be made, you know, can be made between certain times. Like you break for lunch, you start at 7 in the morning, so it's 7:17, so, and it's 1 degree outside, so I hope their old loader that they use fires up this morning. Or they had it parked inside, but it's just one of those. You'll have it. You'll have it in this business.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
If I was just doing just this delivery, I probably wouldn't do it. But because it's paired with 2 others, I figured, why not? I could put up with a little negativity first thing in the morning to make the extra money. So about a half mile up here on the right, we'll turn into the driveway, which is a pretty nice uphill, so I'm really hoping they have it plowed out pretty good. As they should, because they get deliveries here. You are a business, you get deliveries. Your drive should be, to some capacity, cleared enough for, you know, semi-trucks to get in. Semi-trucks aren't four-wheel drive, so you know, some of these LTL trucks are usually pretty single axle trucks, and they're usually pretty light, so traction is not the best. We'll get up here and get bundled up. It says 0 degrees now, so we'll get bundled up and get this off pretty quick. Well, delivery done. We made it in and we made it out. It's a little worried about getting turned around out there and a couple inches of fresh snow that haven't been driven through, but you got to make a pretty tight U-turn. See, this guy plows all this out. This is all gravel. He's got this driveway real wide because he's got deliveries coming in and out all the time. And then you take this dirt road, get you back to the highway. Well, this changed into a bit of a different episode. I guess this is the end of county maintenance. I'm glad I made it up that hill back there. Came charging at her pretty good when I saw the hill and where the distinct line where the county stops maintaining the road. Got another 1.5 miles back here, and I don't really think this is much of a road. I've been back here, just not with snow on the ground. I've only been here once, so I don't really completely remember, but just keep her on the road. And really that hill is what I was worried about, but I got up it, so I know I can get down, because before the end of the hill the asphalt's clear. It's just wet. Kind of snowed a little bit up here. Road's been wet and sloppy for the past 30 miles or so, especially once you get off the highway and there's not as much traffic. They're really wet, but this road is extremely rough, so let's get there safely, get this delivered, and let's go home then. Well, snow's coming down, sunny. You can see it blowing in from the west. I'm guessing maybe lake effect all the way out here, I'm not sure, but we're parked in here. This is like an ice rink. They're gonna, that log truck pulls out up there, gonna unload me around the corner up there. Now we'll be headed home. Well, safe to say this thing is destroyed. The world's slowest diesel pump. And this mess. I know what's getting cleaned tomorrow. At least the truck will get cleaned tomorrow. This thing can sit in the yard till the next time I take it out in 3 weeks or something.